So as requested, we are doing a playthrough video of how Yo Bro works. It's pretty simple. This is the box that you'll be getting. Inside the box, there are 2 dice, a rule book, and a deck of cards. The whole point of the deck of cards is to give you items, action cards, and popped collars. Each player in the game starts with 5 cards, which I am currently laying face down just to make it easier for the video to understand how it works. Normally, players would be able to choose who goes first based on who is more bro. However, that of course is going to cause an argument because you are playing Yo Bro. So, a roll-off can be used to determine who goes first. Hypothetically speaking, if this player here was to go first, they would pick a card to play or to challenge another player to a bro-off. Now, as you might be able to see, I do have at least 1 pop collar in my possession, but it might not be the best idea to play a popped collar down on your first turn. If you aren't able to defend a popped collar, someone could easily just take it away from you. So, on my turn, I'll play down the grapple thumb. It requires 1 hand, and I have 2, so I can still use my other hand if I need to place another item down. It gives a +3 bonus to me, but if I use it in 2 combats, it goes away. That's a way to balance out how powerful it is. Then my turn is over. I draw a card to replace my hand, and now it shows over to the next player. The next player again will want to place down an item to give them bonuses before they start playing their popped collars because they don't want to lose them. And then draw their hand back up. So on my turn, I could play a card, for instance, like Yo Ho Bro, which is an action card that allows me to steal an item from another player. I cannot use that during a bro-off. So for instance, I would take his Aviator Shades. Now, of course, the other player can play out of turn will bro to prevent the theft. Now keep in mind, he's now played a card out of turn. It's going to lower his hand down to 4. If you remember what I said earlier, you draw up at the end of your turn. Therefore, he's going to be limited to 4 cards till his next turn ends. My turn ends. I draw a card up, back to 5, and then the play moves to him. At this point, he can't really play any of his cards because they're not exactly item cards and they're not exactly action cards that will apply to him. So his only real option is to just put down a pop collar. Makes him a little bit of a target, but in that same vein, he's now leading the game with 1 pop collar versus 0. He would draw his hand back up to 5, allowing him to now have more cards. On my turn, I'm going to choose to attack him in a bro-off to try to steal his popped collar. The reason being is that I have a massive advantage over him of +2 points. Now, the roll of the dice can equalize this, but the fact that I have a bonus means I should probably start trying to get ahead of him. Now, while we would normally roll these 2 dice, the other player would clearly want to play no bro, which allows him to prevent a bro-off, to keep his pop collar for now, and then to basically cause my turn to end. Meaning I don't play any cards, I don't do any actions, my turn is over. That turn would move to him. So at this time, it is really early in the morning, so this card would give him no bonus. So it might again be a smart idea just to start getting ahead of himself to place down another popped collar. His turn ends, and he gets to draw more cards. On my turn, I'm going to play down a card. Now this card is a very special one. There's not really that many in the game. In fact, I think there's only one. The way this card works is it's an ascot, but I don't play this on myself. I play this on another player. Doesn't require a spot to be filled, but it removes one bonus from his score, forcing him to either have to discard a popped collar to remove the ascot or to keep a -1 to his score. This would end my turn, and I would draw it. The game will continue like this until at the beginning of a player's turn. When they're starting their turn, if they have 10 pop collars, they win. So you'd have to be very careful in this game. The last thing you want to do is attack another player in a way that gives him his 10th popped collar if you lose. So you have to be very, very careful. But at the same time, you don't want another person to win. It's a lot more fun with multiple players. There's a good way to control gameplay with other players, with causing them to lose their turns, allowing someone who's maybe got an advantage to be held back a little bit, especially with the Teza Bro card. But the main issue about the Teza Bro card is, though, even in this mode, it's still a good move because you can push your hand. By playing the Teza Bro card, even with a 2-player mode, you stop their turn, you start your turn over again, and now that card's out of your hand with a new card. So it's very helpful. The game is really fun. It's not that long. The length of the game that you'll probably be taking will be collecting the popped collars, but at that same time, you're going to be attacking. Now, hypothetically, if I was to attack him with a bro, if he doesn't play any no bro cards or anything like that that would stop me from attacking, me, the attacker, would have the larger die. I'd get a 5, and then the defender would get the smaller die, just to make it easier for them to see. We see right here we both got 5s, which is very advantageous for the defender and the attacker if the attacker has a higher bonus. So right now I have a 3 to his 0, so I would get to steal a popped collar. But since I have done a combat, my grapple phone is now down to basically 1 more combat before it's gone. So if he was to attack me and I was to win or lose regardless, or some other player with no pop collars attack me try to take it and I still won, I would have to get rid of my grapple phone and my bonus would be gone from that item. There are a lot of different items in the game, and if, for instance, if you have an item and you want to change it out, say one item is more powerful than the other, or you just like the item, you want to clear out your hand, you would play it down to replace the item, discarding the old item, and that would be your turn for that round. Well, thank you for watching this video, and I hope it's very informative. I hope that you're will be backing YoBro, and we'll see you at the Kickstarter.